Alright, now before we get started, there's a couple of things that have changed with the garden since last week. And basically, I bought a new habanero plant, and I planted, I planted some basil, and some cilantro. And I also moved my plants because they were kind of ghetto rigged, because my dog, she likes to dig in the dirt. So I had to put them up here on this table. It's alright, it's doing its job. And I don't know if you remember the tomato plants from last week, or this particular one, the red beefsteak. But it wasn't doing so well, and since then I've added more soil to it, and it's got a lot of new little leaves coming in. No flowers so far. The blueberry bush also was kind of jacked up, and as you can see now, everything's green and there's some new growth coming in. And I don't know exactly how long it takes for blueberries to start blooming, but I'm ready. And I also bought some worm casting, and I mulched all of them. And as you can see here, I got my crimson red watermelons. Here's the one, it's finally making a recovery, but there's still some little aphids on there. I'm trying to find some ladybugs to stick on there, but here's the new one. It's doing alright. The strawberry plants are doing alright. There's a couple of new growth going on in here. One thing I noticed about getting the worm castings is every morning there's little mushrooms growing in my strawberries and in my hot banana pepper plant. But every day I just take them out, so I don't know. Truthfully, I'm not sure what exactly this is. I know it's a pepper plant, just not sure which type. Kind of got it mixed up there, and I forgot to label it. Here's the basil. I think I put a little too much seeds in there, but I'll probably put some inside and probably give some away once they get big enough. My jalapeno plant, it's got some new flowers on it, and it's got some peppers growing on it. Yeah, this one's the first one. It's doing pretty good, and there's a lot of new little buds coming in, so I'm pretty excited for that. My hot banana pepper, it's finally starting to make a recovery, well, leaf-wise. There's a lot of new leaves growing, and where I had to cut back everywhere, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but there's actually little leaves there. They're starting to come through. But the banana pepper itself, it's looking pretty good. To tell you the truth, I've seen some videos, and in the videos they look really big. I don't know how big this one's going to get before I have to pick it off. Right here, this is the habanero plant I ended up buying. I bought it with buds on it already, probably like 5 days ago. And as you can see, there's a lot of little buds on there. I'm pretty excited for it. There's probably the biggest one right there. And it's pretty bushy compared to my other pepper plants. And the cayenne pepper, it's got a lot of new growth on it. It's starting to bush out, and there's buds everywhere. So it won't be long before I can start harvesting it. Let me grab my brewski, because it's a nice day here in Oklahoma. Alright. Here's my little setup got going on in here. Kind of cleaned out the shed and got a little spot for planting and stuff. This is my new jalapeno. Yeah, it's pretty much a seedling. And this is my Chinese lantern plants. They're probably going to take a long time to actually sprout. Over here, the swing set came with the house, so I try try to leave it up there because my niece comes over a lot, but I gotta put it to use too. The tomato plant here, that I was unsure of what it was. It's, god damn it, it's got some new little leaves on it. It's actually finally making a recovery. Wasn't really doing much for a while, and then I repotted it, and it's finally starting to take off. As you can see, it's not really much, but, and those buds actually came on before I repotted it. I don't think they're gonna do anything though. I don't know if you remember from last week, but there was 2 yellow tomatoes. They actually turned red, and I harvested them, and come to find out, I think I harvested them a week too early. But there's all kinds of little flowers on there. I'm not really too worried about it because there's gonna be a lot more to come. Yeah. And I also am using a different video camera this time, so you should be able to see, you know, the buds and leaves a lot better. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. So yeah, if anybody has any information about those mushrooms growing in my flower pots, they can give me some tips or advice about it. I just kind of dig them up and throw them out, but they just kind of keep coming back. So yeah, thanks for watching, and tune in again.